Hello, Speed Gaming. I am back. I'm back from the dead, and we are here with our weekly Zelda 1 randomizer. My name is KTAP4321, and I'm joined by Vincent. Vincent, you have any hopes, dreams, stuff, predictions for the seed tonight?
Well, if we start anywhere, I was hoping that we'd start somewhere more centralized, but apparently we are already starting in the Dead Woods.
And Lionel's on the overworld. Ew.
Yeah, they can be quite nasty, depending on the screen that you're on. Looks like we find ourselves a shop right away.
Did you catch that key price?
I did not actually catch the key price.
Because I was just trying to see how pricey keys are gonna be. Ew.
And it looks like we Sidetown found level 8 first. And we have our first overworld death from Sigil.
So let's see what this level 8 is gonna look like. I think that was some Blue's robes, and Town is rightfully noping out of that.
Yeah. If I see Wiz robes, I immediately nope out of it too. Looks like Melchior's in the graveyard area.
And Moonrise and Phoenix is also going to get into 8 and is going to be welcomed with this unpleasant surprise.
Ooh, Sidetown got a really nice large secret. 137 rubies.
Yeah, that is a pretty nice large, so it's kind of a money seed. I haven't seen any door repairs yet, but who knows? And we're getting more overworld exploration. So as we travel around the overworld, we're gonna see more stuff.
Looks like the blue ring is at vanilla price.
So if the big was a 137 and I see Saitan now is 117, that is a 20 rupee door penalty. Ew, if you get a lot of those in a row, you're gonna go broke.
Melchior got the first candle from a Take Any.
Candles are quite useful when you don't have anything. Because they can be used... Because with blue candles, you can only use them once on a screen. Oh, let's see what's under those stairs. And it's just a... Oh, that's the Take Any.
Yeah. So, that's one Armo spot down. There are a total of 4 more Armo spots left. And one of these Armo spots is going to have something of possible value underneath them. Or it could have Lord Banana.
Or it could have the raft.
Looks like Sidetown is in the neighborhood of where 3 of the Armo spots are at.
And we also see
he finds level 5.
Yeah, and we also got some more information on the overworld enemies. We saw some posed voices, or as I like to call them, bunnies.
Yep, I actually like to call them bunnies too. Looks like Sidetown decided just to nope out of level 5. I don't blame him.
I mean, with no weapon and getting this close, and ooh, Sigil takes the death over by those stairs at that Armo statue.
That's very unfortunate. Like he's Sidetown's attempting a screen throw, he successfully pulls it off. Ooh, into a screen of blue Lionel. Yeah, I kind of like this play of resetting the screen before. Oh, Sidetown finds level 1. That is a great find. And he's just going to dip into it to try and see if he can get an items, and he takes death to a Wizrobe beam.
Well, I don't blame him, because level 1 is nice with... You have 2 items in addition to your floor heart.
Yeah. I do explore my level 1 quite a bit. But it looks like he is done there. Can't really get anywhere, unfortunately.
We have level 5 on Moon Risen Phoenix's screen.
I think Scytown saw that just right before Moon Risen Phoenix. Uh-oh! We found the Armos item, and it's the red candle.
I mean, it's better than no candle.
That means the wood sword. The sword can be underneath underneath the burn bush now.
That's exactly where my thought was going. Because that's what's put into logic. So, I will say...
I just saw the price of one of the keys, and it's 99 rubies. From
yeah. Expensive keys, and a crappy small with being only 2 rupees.
At least it's just as small. You know, it could have been a lot worse. That you could have had like a 50 large secret or something like that, you know?
And we see level 3 on Malchior's end. Though, the only person I've noticed to get lucky enough to get the bomb drops and keep them so far is Malchior. So this is going to be
just got his first bomb drop also with his red candle.
That's great, because though with Malchior only having the blue candle, he's going to have to play a big game of bomb management.
And Malchior is actually going into level 3 with a candle.
And now, we're in shapes. So it's time for one of my favorite games in Zelda 1 Randomizer. Name that inkbot!
To me, every time I see a shape like that, I think of the Final Fantasy VII airship.
If you twist your head to the left to me, it kind of looks a bit like a chocobo, but I've maybe been playing too much Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, we find the first item in level 3, and it's the any key. So Malchior will no longer have any key troubles.
But we found any roads on Scytown's screen.
Okay, I don't mind having any road down in the south coast area. Okay, so we got another one at Spectacle. Is that Spectacle or Monocle Rock?
I do not remember.
It's at one of the rocks. And Scytown burns that bush, and thank you. That is Monocle Rock.
We did see a Patra on level 3.
Ooh.
Oh, don't be like that. Patra just wants a hug. I know Link's not the best at accepting hugs, but it's still...
Oh, hugs. And Melchior got the first Triforce.
Yep, and that is our first one of the night. Now, is Melchior... I did not see if Melchior found... Well, they found this staircase item. Are they going to go back in for the heart floor, or no?
No, I wouldn't. Just once you find the item and the Triforce, I would more than likely would not try to dig into that dungeon anymore. And Sigil, we find level 9 at Kendall Road.
I guess so you can tell that's going up in flames. So, it's just, the whole thing, I'm just, because Malchior could have, like, I get not dipping white.
Sigil finds his wood sword, and it's up at Candle Row. Underneath a burn bush, like we had said before.
I mean, that's what the logic is telling you.
And Malchior, I think, finds his second large secret.
And we finally found the mid-secret that is 34 rupees.
And I think Malchior is about to find his sword here soon. As he finds level 9, and he's soon to probably see his wood sword in that forest spot, as long as he doesn't take a death from those blue Lionels. Ooh, look out there! And he makes it. And Scytown finds level 4.
So, one thing you do have to take into account when running all these is that the dungeon sizes are going to vary because of shapes, so we don't have any fixed shapes per se. So we all know that level 9 is going to be looking like a huge block of Swiss cheese one way or another.
I recently had seen a level 8 that was basically had as many staircases as Saitama finds level 6 underneath a burned bush. As I was saying, I've seen level 8 with 6 staircases because it was triple segmented.
Ew. And we're seeing more overworld exploration and more bushes being lit on fire. Nothing
I
like good old
actually like
Randomizer
Risen Phoenix's purchase of wooden arrows.
Well, thanks earlier to chat, we know it's 100 rupees for wooden arrows, and that's pricey. I mean, yes, this may be a money seed with those large secrets, but it's still.
This is a really fast staircase for Sigil, and it's the bow in level 4. That's huge.
Maybe those arrows could actually come into play if Moonrisen Phoenix gets over here to level 4. And one other weapon, since Moonrisen Phoenix has not found their sword yet.
Uh-oh. And one of the bosses I really don't like fighting is a Gleeok. Just because it's so annoying to fight up against. But I think ultimately the boss I hate fighting more than a Gleeok is Patras.
I mean, Patras seem like the most dangerous because they go in and out. Because I believe for a Gleeok, you can glitch into their body. Oh, we have a ladder!
Where was that in?
I challenged up and 8. I think that is our white sword item.
Oh.
And we know it's not 3 hearts. And Sigil takes a death in level 4. And are they going to go back in for the Triforce?
I would. Yeah, I would definitely try to go for the Triforce as long as I can, but I don't see why Sigil is fighting those get those. He has bombs. Maybe he was clearing for a key? He doesn't have any keys.
Good news. We got Squishy Quiche. Squishy Quiche. I can't English.
Oh, this.
And 32 rupee bombs.
Kananaki.
No, I didn't. Kananaki.
It's when you have a shutter door in a room and you have a locked door. If you kill the bat and he failed the Kananaki. When you have a shutter door and a locked door, if you go through the locked door as the shutter door is opening, you can unlock the door that way. And Sigil nopes out of the Triforce. Apparently the combat was just too tough for him. Or it's probably going to wait until he gets another key. Saitown is still without a sword, though.
Well, Saitown is pretty good at fighting with a sword and without a sword.
That is true. I've seen some of his games I've watched on restreams.
If you want to see some of his good stuff, go back to the All Boards No Swords tournament from was that 2 years ago? Crap, I feel old.
We're all aging at some point, so we'll and Malkior finds the Triforce in 6.
And that is another
item out of 6?
I did not see. I did not think so. But that is another Triforce down. And me, 57 rupees.
Oh, and Saitown finds Take Any and gets his container heart. Oh, and does Saitown have his ladder? He just got his 4th heart.
So at least we have some knowledge now. We know that ladder is only 4 hearts on the white sword.
Oh, Melchior gets a nice clock here in level 4. And he's about to claim his bow now. He's going to be excited about that.
Mm-hmm. And that puts another weapon on the table. At this rate, all we're missing is, for some range, besides the bow, is the wand.
Yep, that bow is going to cost him some rubies, though.
So is Melchior going to go make the decision to go pick up those wooden arrows for 100 rupees? Or just pray and wait on and beck and call for the silvers?
One thing that Melchior also has on Sigil is the fact that he has the any key. So trying to get to that Triforce is going to be somewhat easier because he doesn't have to try and kinetic key that door. As Phoenix finds her any key.
Well, apparently, Scytown does not have the ladder. We just had to solve the ladder. And we see Sigil picking up those arrows and getting another weapon under their belt.
Yep.
So
and Sigil buys another key. That is going to allow him to get that Triforce out of level 4 that he knows that he needs a key for.
Well, I saw Sigil go into, I think it was 5 or something. But there was a dungeon, I think it was, this one. And I was right, because there was a key door right here, and that's what that key was for. Though, I think that Sigil's going to be regretting spending all of that money on keys when they eventually come across the any key in 3.
Yeah. Scytown finds level 3 and just says no. Maybe he was just checking these burn bushes and was possibly going to come back? No, he just bypasses level 3. Interesting. I would have tried to dive into that dungeon. Oh, but he still doesn't have his sword. That makes sense.
Scytown's only armed with a red candle. While the red candle may be mighty, that sword is going to be popping up soon. And Sigil takes a death, while Moonrise and Phoenix also takes a death, and both head back to the start in their respective dungeons.
Melchior, we find out another one of the any roads takes him to the coast. Did we get a look at the coast item yet? Oh wait, apparently we saw the frozen banana over there.
Oh, I see what team you're on. I see what side of the spectrum of this you're on. And Scytown, at almost 18 minutes, is finally picking up their wooden sword.
Yeah.
And knowing Scytown's combat skills at this rate, they're going to make quick work of this seed now that they got a weapon.
Yep.
And we're seeing 2 simultaneous dips into level 5 from Melchior and Sigil. Well, oh shoot! In 3. That's just unfortunate.
I actually missed that. Ooh, we have bait at 57 rubies. That's actually not too bad of a price, right?
That's not too bad. Well, 2 of our runners are having a high 5 right now.
Yep, that they are. As Melchior gets a container heart, so that puts him closer to getting the ladder, which everyone is probably going to go after. Scytown gets another heart.
I mean, the ladder is something that is very important and can lock a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also do some various clips with the ladder.
Yeah, I just managed to pull I went to, on a recent run I did, I actually did my first clip where I went to grab the coast item, and then I went into the forest area with another clip. So there's a lot of amazing clips that you can do with the ladder.
Especially to some of the stuff in this type of room, which is the tea room, where you can do the ladder and somehow get across the sides.
Yep. But unfortunately, they don't have the ladder yet, so they can't do that awesome stuff yet. They have to go around and find the other way around to the tea room. And we have our map of 5. So everyone, name that ink block as we find a ladder block in level 5. So the ladder might be required to get the Triforce in 5.
What do you think that ink block looks like?
I'd have to actually take another look at that. Oh, we have it on Melchior's side. I'd say it's kind of a plane trying to land onto like a battleship or something.
I can kind of see.
And we got Sci-Town in level 1. Ooh, double bomb drops. That's pretty nice. Making short work of those Wizardropes, and we might get our item out of level 1. It's the book. So as a reminder to everyone, with the flakes that we have, normally the book only grants fire to the wand, which can be very annoying. However, in this flake set, it also gives you all maps to all dungeons. So it's going to give him a lot better dungeon knowledge of when to bomb and when not to bomb, which is very important for conserving bombs. Ew, I do not like that Wizrobe room that Sci-Town's in.
Wizrobes can be a pain.
And Melchior found a way to the Triforce in level 5.
Oh, I'm just seeing my brain just. Okay, what does that ink blot from 1 look like? I have an idea. It looks like a blown over palm tree.
And Sigil gets his map of 1. Did we ever find the second item in 1?
I did not catch that, though Sci-Town did get their first Triforce out of 1.
That is going to be good for him.
And Melchior makes the decision to pick up the arrows. I mean, I don't blame them for exactly picking it up because they were at 255.
Yep. And now he has another form of combat and is starting to knock out all those Lionels that were causing him problems earlier. As he comes into another Lionel screen.
Though Sci-Town picked up a key from a shop.
Yeah, he's going to wish he had that any key from 3 that he passed over earlier.
I mean, and any key can be a blessing and a curse, because I've seen seeds where you need keys to get far, and I've seen seeds where the key blocks can be a blessing in disguise. It just depends on the type of seed you get. And what is that wizard doing in the door?
He's just trying to say, hey, I don't want you to go this way, so go a different direction.
And we're seeing more exploration of level 1. And ew, name this ink blot for level 6.
I'm just going to say that's a cactus.
It doesn't look like the cactuses, the cacti that are outside my window. And we see a book in level 1.
We saw that from a couple other people, from Melchior and Sci-Town looks at that map and is like, I don't need you. I already got that. Ooh, well, how do you like that? We found the wand in one also.
We have all... Ew! Oh no, 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 no. That book makes the wand worthless! I mean...
Yeah, I know. Because
is
now
the
that
Atlas
wand...
mission even on for this? So do we get maps from the book, or is the book just useless?
We still get maps from the book. It's just that we also have fire on our wand. But it is going to allow Sci-Town to have a damage buff because he hasn't had the bow. He doesn't have the bow yet. So that's going to be a damage increase for him at the cost of flames. So we'll see what happens.
I believe the wand does less damage with the flames than it does with the normal beams without the book. I mean, there's a reason I do not care for the book. I mean, you could just burn it with the wand.
Looks like Sci-Town does have the ladder, and he's attempting to do the ladder clip that I had mentioned a little bit ago, where he clips there and then goes back into the forest, and it looks like he's going back into level 5.
So
now that he has the ladder.
We're seeing a screen wrap, and successfully Sci-Town pulls it off. And we see Sigil fighting these danger noodles. Wasn't there a ladder block we came across earlier in level 5?
Yeah, but Melchior managed to get through it without having the ladder. So the ladder might actually send him the Sci-Town the wrong direction. Potentially.
And what does that ink spot for level 5 look like to you?
Level 5? We had said that I remember mentioning that looked like the battleship with the...
Oh yeah. It looks like a giant version of like one of those little bomb tree rats from the 3D games.
So we're kind of seeing a lot of the same screens now, between levels 1, 5, and 6, where people are diving into right now. So, oh, and Moonrise and Phoenix finds their red candle from the Armo spot.
Though I will say, we did come across a blue ring shop earlier, but that blue ring was its vanilla price at being $250.
At this point, I don't really see anyone trying to buy that blue ring right now.
For those wondering in chat, 9 is in Candle Row area.
Yep. It was it was 2 screens from where the wood sword was. And Melchior finds the Triforce in one and passes over it.
I mean, a wand is pretty good. We're seeing some more combat with these likes or otherwise pancakes get defeated, and we get that Triforce out of level 6 on Sigil screen.
That's his first Triforce under his belt. So Melchior got his 6th heart, so he is guaranteed to get the ladder when he wants to. Whenever he finds it.
I just feel bad because Sci-Town's spending so much money on keys. And yet the any key is just laying there in level 3.
Yep. Right for the taking. So it looks like the orange Koreas only take 2 hits from the wand. which is actually pretty good because that's a part of the bomb dropping group.
Yeah, and I also like seeing some squishy enemies on screens tonight. And we see Saitown doesn't even pick up those two fairies, just walks off like a champ, only to arrive to Patra.
Yeah, this is not something I want to see as I'm trying to cross the screen. Ooh, but he does pull off a really good strat of, instead of taking 2 damage from the Patra, he uses the candle to candle boost himself through the Patra to get across there. And we're about to see our ladder clip across level 5.
And as we keep seeing more and more enemies, Saitown gets rewarded with a key.
I do like to mention one thing. I work at a Pizza Hut place, so every time when I see, when the old men say, do you have a book it program? I personally am like, sorry, even though I don't think I can give you there's a book it program in Hyrule.
And we see Moonrise and Phoenix taking that health refill and is heading back to exploring the overworld and gaining more information. And Saitown is dealing with these whiz robes in this tea room.
And he cleans them up pretty well.
And we're gonna see a staircase. Wonder where this staircase goes.
This was a transport staircase above the tea room. And it went right. Apparently, it went right next to the Triforce, so there was a way around it. And I love seeing a Ruby boss just to get the Triforce.
Link's hardest enemy, rupees. Oh no! Whatever shall I do with all this free money?
I don't know. Maybe buy a blue ring?
No!
I don't see Saitown buying a blue ring.
No, Saitown's gonna go to the shop and buy another key.
Probably. Melchior, is actually getting pretty close to buying a key. Not a key, but the blue ring. At 183 rubies. Oh, but Moonrise and Phoenix is at the maximum at 255 rubies. So I think if Moonrise and Phoenix does anything, I think she might prioritize trying to get bombs and right at this time, or try to get a bomb upgrade. Since she is right now at 0 bomb.
Have we spotted any of our bomb upgrades tonight?
I don't think so.
So they're lying around, hidden somewhere.
I would be interested to see, oh, Moonrise and Phoenix does buy the blue ring. I don't blame her with all these Lionos around on the overworld and these multiple blue Wizrobe rooms. So that doubles her defense.
I mean, it is something that instills a little confidence, especially with only 4 hearts 33 minutes into this seed.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
Because as something I've noticed in looking at runners of all different levels is that when you have a ring, whether it's a blue or a red ring, your speed in which you can clear the speed instantly goes up when you obtain it, because you're able to tank hits and be able to push on further and further.
And just a little bit ago, we found the letter, which allows Melchior to buy potions. Ooh. Those potions are on a little bit of the spendy side. 67 for the red and 44 for the blue one. Looks like today is going to be a Coke day.
Yeah, I'm all in favor of that. I'm finally free of the Pepsi school. I'm in Coke Land, yay! And we see Melchior picking up that ladder. For those of you wondering in chat about why we have Moonrise and Phoenix not playing as a normal Lake Sprite, there's this thing where you can have different sprites for different for your enemies or yourselves or even Ganon. And Saitown picks up the recorder. So I'm deaf. So maybe you guys can tell me when Saitown plays that recorder, naming that tune.
Was that in level 8?
I believe that was in 5.
In 5. Well, that also does in this seed there's going to be one overworld block. It can be blocked by the recorder, the power bracelet, or the raft. And right now, we only have one of the ways to attain our overworld block dungeon right now. Since we know that the white sword item is free for the taking.
Well, I don't know how it is. I think it was good with 5 hearts because Sigil's only on 5 hearts.
And we do have the map for level 8. So everyone, name that ink block.
I'm gonna say it looks like a skull of an animal. I don't know. I am stumped.
I think I see kind of 2 people trying to joust each other on horses. Because you got the one person on the right side and one person on the left side, and there's a straight line representing the 2 jousts, the 2 spears trying to go at each other.
And Malchior decides to nope out of 8.
I don't blame him. It's just, I don't have a weapon upgrade, and there seemed to be a lot of tough combat in there.
I do like Leslie Pro in chat's description of 8. Tetris gone horribly wrong.
I like that too. Melchior gets his sad blue banana.
And according to chat, we see Recorder Lake has turned up empty. Surprise. And Saitown is seeing that any key. I'm wondering if you're gonna bomb it. Nope, we're not gonna be like Fred and bomb it.
He's going to be like, I could have saved so much money if I would have came in here earlier. But he now has no more key issues, so he's going to be thankful for that now.
Though I will say, most people typically don't think of it because it's not something you have to worry about until you find the silvers. But money management is very important in Zelda 1 because for each arrow fired when you have silvers, 1 arrow equals 1 rupee.
Yeah, and right now, Moonrise and Phoenix and Saitown do not have very many rubies, so they're going to be, even though Saitown doesn't have the bow, that is going to be a little bit of a concern when he has to fight Ganon, because he has to make sure he has that 1 ruby, at least 1 ruby for Ganon.
Yeah, but Saitown still hasn't gone to level 4 yet.
That he hasn't.
And we see another runner. Sigil is in 8.
And we see Moonrise and Phoenix low on rubies and trying to take down Niscoma, which also requires the bow.
Moonrise and Phoenix is gonna have to carefully aim their shots and take their time.
4 rubies left. Can Moonrise and Phoenix knock out this Goma before they run out of rubies? And they successfully do so.
If not, they might have to take the walk of shame. And they managed to do it successfully. And are continuing to explore this level.
I like this play Moonrise and Phoenix is doing. Trying to use the red candle to knock out these fires and the legs. It is an extremely effective weapon against them. Looks like Sigil is now in level 8.
This is why I love seeing people use the red candle, because the red candle is something that is very important when you don't have any rupees left for a
We found
bow,
our first
or you don't
bomb
have your
upgrade in
wand.
level 6.
That's kind of pricey, but not too pricey.
And
we see 2 runners
we
now.
have Ooh, we got that Wizrobe room, and Sidetown's like noping out of that. Ooh, into another blue Wizrobe room. Yikes.
Wizrobes are Wizrobes. Take your choice.
I prefer the orange ones. At least you can move around them.
And I see Saitang got a nice bomb drop in there and is keeping that bomb count nice and healthy.
Yep, he might be thinking about trying to try to reset this room right now to kill the Wizrobe. Oh, the Wizrobe dodges his bomb.
That's because typically when you have bomb dropping enemies, if you certain enough kills or something, I believe, you can force a bomb drop. I believe it's like 10 kills.
On the 10th enemy, if you kill an enemy with a bomb, you get a free bomb drop, as long as you don't take a hit.
Yeah, that's kind of important too. And we see Saitan making quick work of this Patra. So fast that it's in PowerPoint mode for a minute.
Yep, and he gets rewarded with a container heart. Oh, Moonwiz and Phoenix found a combat upgrade. They found the white sword.
Well, that's at least one. That is at least one of our questions answered of what's in level 6.
That's going to be the only item in level 6. So they're going to be going for that Triforce now, more than likely. As Melchior finds his recorder to be able to unlock... Oh wait, we have already been at Recorder Lake, so that's not going to... that's only just going to allow them to get around. But with the fact that they have 4 Triforces, they should be able to get around a lot easier. And for those of you, if you guys can hear the music, name that tune. Whose music do we have up? Do you think we could...
Well...
Oh.
And we see Scythound finally getting their bow out of level 4. And on a quick note, thank you to our lovely tracker, Camion, for pressing all the buttons and keeping track of all these 4 screens. Because it is a lot for one person, let alone the 2 of us to keep track of everything.
That's for sure. I would like to know what our recorder tune is, and I think we might hear it from Melchior, potentially. As Melchior gets another Triforce under his belt. He is 3 Triforces away from the...
As Twitch sends me another ad, I'm going to... Okay, now I have visuals back. Well, now I can count. Melchior is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of the way there. And we see a forced ew in level 2, where Sigil gave up a heart rather than a max bomb count. And what is that name.inkblot for 2?
I would say something, but I don't think it would be appropriate for Twitch.
Remember, this is a family-friendly stream. Though I can say it looks like a big, ripe banana.
That's a lot friendlier. I guess
And
my
Sigil
time
does.
wouldn't be too bad.
The Sigil did pass that Triforce into and did not pick it up and is choosing to explore. Though on the other hand, we see Moonrise and Phoenix getting their second Triforce at a level 6.
Yep. At this point in time, I don't think any person. I think Melchior is like the person that has the lead at this point, just because they just got their white sword from the cave. But it's still anyone's game because no one has found the overworld block dungeon, and we're running out of options of where the item is. At this point, we could. Do you think we could almost know where all the items are at?
Maybe, but do you know what dungeon we haven't seen? Level 7.
That is true, and
I
that
know
might be.
I know a certain red bird is waiting for that level 7.
Oh, we found a bomb shop at Recorder Lake. It was a pretty hefty price of 32 rupees.
Though with 8 bombs in stock, I wouldn't buy some more bombs.
I wouldn't either, especially at that price. I personally would rather farm for my bombs. Looks like Melchior is going to take another dive into level 8.
Let's see what Melchior finds this time.
As he's dealing with this awful Wizro broom. Looks like we get some Death Mountain searching, though I don't think Death Mountain had anything of too much value.
No, I didn't see much of too much value either.
So this might just become like a red herring for Sigil, unfortunately.
Well, sometimes you have things that steer you the wrong direction.
We have Moonrise and Phoenix at level 1. Gets their heart container. Also to note, I don't think Psytown is going to do it, but Psytown is actually really close to getting the, have a chance at Megs. With a 20% chance at Megs right now.
Yeah, 20% is better than 0%. Though Mags is typically considered out of the way, and unless you're going to just either full clear seed or showboat, you don't typically go for Mags unless you have either enough hearts or it just pops up in your path.
Yep. Sigil grabs a red potion. And we did find an item in level 8, and it was the heart container.
So, we have an idea of what could be in 7. Wait, did we find our second item in 8 yet?
We have not. So there is still one more item outstanding in 8.
So thank you, chat, for pointing out these things to me. There's a raft in level 2. So we'll finally get our raft checks.
Yep.
We'll see if that's where level 7 is hiding. And does Psytown get Mags? No, they don't.
Where was Megs at? Oh, Death Mountain.
In the mountains. And Psytown performs a nice, clean screen wrap. And we see Sigil going to find that Mags. While they may not have enough parts to pick it up, information is still information.
Yep.
And Malchior can't wait to bomb some Dodongos in level 8.
Where was the Dodongos? Oh, there's Uncle Wizzy's house again, with more Wiz waiting for Malchior. Ooh, and Sidetown is fighting this Patra, and he's going down. He could only take 2 more hits from that Patra, but manages to pull it off. Sichuk is on the first check here, and it's the docs that pay you with a medium secret of 34 rubies.
Yeah, and we're seeing more dungeon diving. And Sidetown is destroying this level 2 and decides to pick up the Triforce. And now, are they going to go back in for that item only to discover it's the raft? Or are they going to leave it? Because we don't even know what's behind those raft checks yet.
We know one, and it's just a ruby secret. The only one that we don't know is the one on the coast.
And that is why usually I consider the raft most of the time useless, except when we have randomized dungeons and vanilla locations. And we see Sidetown deciding to give up a heart container rather than max bomb capacity to get through that room, only to be greeted by a bunch of wizrobes.
And gets his heart right back. I don't blame Sidetown. I'd rather get out of that room and just give up a heart. At this point, knowing Sidetown, he doesn't care about Meg since he couldn't get it at 10. And he probably thinks Meg's is probably at 14 or something silly like that.
Well, Mags is usually not reachable in these races. Unless you're going for a full clear.
I have heard of that movie before, but unfortunately, I am not very good with my actors. Malchior is using his potion to try and take out this last blue wizrobe, and manages to do so.
And we see Malchior picking up that. Well, actually, no, skipping over that Triforce in level 8.
Yep. He wants to find that second item. That's what he wants to do.
Well, we don't know what that second item is yet. It could be payoff and be either the silvers or the red ring, or it could be the power bracelet or the boomerang. Because whatever we don't find here, we have 1 chance for finding or something in 7, and the last of the stuff is going to be in 9.
Yep. Looks like Sidetown is doing the other raft check, so we'll be able to see what's in this other raft spot here.
Is it going to be useful or worthless? Let's see.
It's another red herring. It's another doc that pays you.
So, the raft was a bit of a waste of time. I mean, yes, it's the raft, and it's still important, but you're usually
This is huge. Malchior found the answer with the power bracelet. So this will contain our overworld block dungeon. And everybody has to dig level 8 in the far upper corner of the dungeon to get the power bracelet. So I think at this point, I think Melchior has a solid lead here.
Alrighty, so that is good information. So that power bracelet, we know, since there's only one level we haven't seen in this overworld, we know that power bracelet is locking level 7. So the question is, what's going to be in 7 and what's going to be in 9?
Yep. It could be things, but knowing Melchior, he's probably just going to ditch. He might just ditch the item in 7 unless he comes across it. Because at this point, he might think he's in Triforce and Go mode.
That's the thing. This is where our runners are gonna diverge eventually if they all final up in the same location. Are you eventually gonna, when you get to 7, are you gonna go and stay for that item, or are you gonna take that 2 and 3 chance that the silvers are in 9?
Yep. So we'll eventually find out what is. So I have a feeling that people might try and gamble that silvers are in 9.
I mean, 66% chance odds is better than 33% chance odds, but this game, you never know where it can take you.
Yep. And we're about to see our first power bracelet check from Melchior. Is level 7 here? No.
Are we gonna see some more exploration as each of these runners are tracing over their own steps and they're all gonna converge eventually at level 7? So is Saitama gonna head to 7 before 8 at this rate?
So we have a guess at what the recorder music is, and they say, the chat says the Flintstones. And we found level 7. Where was level 7 at?
I did not see because my stream decided to just say, I don't want to work for you right now. And poor Sci-Town is searching all over for that level 6 item. Are they gonna leave? Or are they gonna stay for that white sword? Because that white sword will speed them up
I
immensely
think they're about
in
to
combat.
find it. Alright, so they grab the white sword and they up and aid. What Saitama needs to do is he needs to find level 8 and get that power bracelet, because he has everything else that he needs. Minus the silvers.
Oh, we have silvers in 7!
Silvers in 7? Oh, that's huge.
So Melchior is in Triforce mode.
Yep.
But once they pick up their Triforces in Go mode. At 57 minutes and 40-something seconds. So we know now that those silvers are not in 9. So we're going to see who those 33% odds prevailed today.
Yep. Now the question is, where is the Triforce?
Speaking of dungeons, what does that level 7 look like to you? Because I know it looks like to me everything that's missing out of level 8.
It looks like a Hangman game. To me.
Yeah, I could say it looks like a boat, one of those like canoes, except with a flag at the back.
Or it could look like the tub with the shower head over the top. I'm actually going to go with that.
I am seeing some good suggestions in chat. So, yeah, the gondola one looks just about right. And Melchior is blowing this seed open, taking out that Patra like a champ, with Sci-Town kind of on his heels. And as stream tends to lag for me for a minute again, now I can see Sigil is getting their recorder out of level 5.
And Melchior just got his Triforce in 7. He only needs to go to level 2 to get the Triforce out of that, and then he can head off to level 9. And Sidetown is still continuing to dig in level 8, and he's going to go into that staircase and find himself a transport.
Well, that was a heart container on what I saw on my screen for a minute, but that's because I'm lagging. But that power bracelet really is making the difference.
Does Melchior not know where level 9 is at?
Melchior could be checking their personal tracker. So that is what I'm seeing, and okay, no hints today. Bill. Speaking of 2, where was 2?
I do not know where level 9 is because he's heading up into Death Mountain. Or
I can't remember where 2 was. 2 was like a blink because only the raft were there, and who cares about the raft?
Oh wait, yeah, he doesn't know where level 2 is. Maybe he doesn't know where level 2 is.
Probably. So Melchior is doing that quick overworld exploration to find that level 2. While Sidetown is gaining more and more time back as they get closer and closer to this power bracelet.
Yep.
And Mooners and Phoenix picks up their ladder.
That's probably going to be a blessing for them. That they probably felt like they're really behind since it's hour in, and they know who they're up against, and they're really behind. So,
well, I don't blame them because we have runners of all different difficulties at this point. We have newer runners and we have seasoned veterans. That's what this weekly race is all about, getting to see each other play and having some fun while doing it.
Oh, Sidetown takes a death in level 8.
Oh no.
We'll have to see if they pull up their menu. I don't know, actually.
And Sigil is making use of that recorder. Come on, Sidetown, I believe in you. You can find that power bracelet. I know you can. And we see Moonrise and Phoenix gets a peek at that Mag's location.
Oh, Melchior finds level 2.
And with that level 2 find, Melchior is going to speed through and get that Triforce real quick and head on to level 9.
Yep. Yep, and knowing Melchior, he knows the raft is in here and he knows he doesn't need it, so yes, he will probably more than likely skip the item. And he found the compass, so he is going to just head straight for that as he meets up Patra. And he goes to up an A. He said, no, I do not want to fight that Patra. Not on green tunic.
9 was in the... For those of you wondering where 9 was in Canville Row, and we shall be heading there soon. And Sigil hits into level 1. And Melchior makes the choice to sacrifice the health rather than that max bomb count because Lower heart to something that's more manageable. Bombs, not so much, because you only have so many of them, and they are such a useful tool in your toolkit. And with that, at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 23 seconds, Malchior grasps the last of their Triforces from level 2. It is now going to make their way into level 9. So, level 9 is a very special dungeon. Do you want to tell these nice people some more?
Level 9 is the dungeon where you have to go to finish the game and defeat Ganon. Looks like Melchior is not going into level 9 though. He's actually trying to do something else. Where
Maybe Melchior might be trying to grind those rupees up and go for that blue ring. Who knows? Oh, no. Melchior just whistled to the wrong place. There we go. So level 9, we are typically looking for not
level
one,
9 is, though.
But 2 things.
Level 9's at Candle Row. Oh, he's buying the bait. So he's not going to buy the blue ring.
Nope. Just getting some bombs so we don't have to take the walk of shame.
Yep.
Because that walk of shame is one rough one, especially at a level 9. So, and once we head to level 9, we're going to be looking for 2 things. As some of my other fellow commentators like to put it, a roar and a door. We're going to be looking for a roar. Where Ganon is, there's going to be, you can hear a roar in one of the rooms that are adjacent to him. And we are also looking for a shutter door that even after all the enemies are defeated in the room, it does not open because that is where Zelda is. So, typically, those are the things we're looking at, but we can have crazy shenanigans where we can staircase into one or another, and that's where it gets rough. And level 9 is also known as
a big level 9. And I'm not going to do the math here, but it looks like we're at least missing a total of like 2 columns of rooms. Total.
Level 9 has a notorious nickname in here as the Great Equalizer because even if you are starting to level 9 before everyone else, level 9 size can take advantage of you and can easily change the flow of the match or game and just which direction they want to take you, especially whether having the ending key or not.
Ooh, and we just see something. Melchior shot a silver arrow at a fire, and it did not drop. It did not go down to a silver arrow.
Chunky. We got some chunky enemies tonight.
That we do, and that's actually very important because you can not get bomb drops from them fires. So I wonder what they might be. There might be bomb possible issues. Can we get the audio? Are we still on the audio from Melchior? Because I cannot hear the I can't hear Melchior's. I can't hear the roar.
That's typically what we have chat for. We have audio! Wait, no, that's just my restream being annoying. Sorry about that. So, chat is typically our ears for us, as we cannot hear. Though, since we already have the silvers that were found in 7, this is going to be a decision. Are you going to go dip and look for that red ring, or are you just going to go run straight and look for the pig in Zelda? It typically depends on how comfortable a runner feels. Newer runners typically like to go for that red ring, because that red ring acts as a second safety net, especially when you can take a couple Ganon hugs. While more seasoned runners tend to skip the red ring and just go straight for the finish.
As we find Ganon, and here's Ganon.
Okay, come on, restream. Be nice. Can I see the pig? There we go! So Ganon is already in the northwest, as I see. And by the
Yep.
time my screen catches up, Malkier is probably going to already have defeated the pig.
I can't really see what is going on. I think he has the stun lock on him. He used his second potion, and it looks like it's lagging here. It's lagging for me, too.
PowerPoint show tonight for everyone. So in the
Looks like
meantime,
he took down the pig, and we have bacon.
extra crispy bacon. And we've seen looking on Scytown's end, we still haven't seen Scytown pick up those silvers. So I hope Scytown picks them up, or it's gonna be some punishment time.
Yep.
As we are in slideshow mode with Malkior, I cannot see where there's a shutter door that is being opening or not.
Me neither. So we'll have to wait and see when he finds Princess Zelda. Scytown pushes another staircase and he finds his silvers. So he's now in go mode.
So Scytown is going to zoom through this level 9, and as we're getting more PowerPointiness, come on, Malkior, I believe your restream can do it. You can make it to the end. And this shoot is not no shoot, but still a shoot. Let's gonna see what's going through this door.
Looks like a locked door for us for right now.
I believe that was Zelda north of the shoot room because there were enemies in there, yet the door was open. So I believe we're just gonna see a finish from Malkior as soon as it comes out of PowerPoint mode.
And Malkior has found the princess. And we have an official time of
1 hour, 11 minutes, and 9 seconds, finishing first overall on Restream, third overall in this weekly.
And we have Malkior takes first place on the restream. However, Homer J Smash got at a time of 1 hour and 7 minutes. And we have Rem the Effect with 1 hour and 10 minutes.
And we are now joined by our first place on Restream, Malkior. GG, my friend.
What did you think of this seed?
That was the absolute best Z1R I have played in my life. I cannot believe I did not die to all those Wizrobes.
That was
Neither
a
did
lot.
I.
Yeah, that was a lot of Wizrobes in level 8. And you were actually the first one to find the power bracelet.
I felt on Restream, yeah, I felt like I was the first one amongst the whole field to find the power bracelet.
Yep.
Good
That power
night.
bracelet really kind of set you into going for that 7 faster, because Scytown was digging for that. And Scytown's currently in level 9. So, how did you feel about seeing those silvers in 7 rather than 9?
Relieved beyond belief, because I'm like, the last thing I want to do is be killing every single possible staircase room if either Wizrobes or Darknuts are in level 9.
Level 9 is nasty, and I don't blame you for preferring to choose 7 over that.
And there was no kind of... The only easy thing you can find is Iniki. Outside of that, you're... And okay, if you eventually get up to the ladder, but good gosh, from where you started, it took you a while to get up to there.
Yeah, Saito
Wow.
had I think might have been at least 300 rubies on keys.
Yeah, Saito did spend a lot of money before getting that any case. And we have some confirmation in chat that Saito has found Zelda's room.
So,
I'm a kid yet.
okay, so he didn't swordless 3. Did he find the sword before having a red candle?
No.
He actually he was the last person to find his sword.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I guess that would happen if you don't get the take any. Where was my take any? I think it was at Graveside. Let me check.
But I think
the wood sword was near level 9, because all of that was in Candle Row.
Yeah, under a burn bush, and I saw that. I'm like, oh no, because I know we have a lot of newer people racing tonight, and I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be a hunt for that sword.
Well, Saito was the last one, but I think it was Sigil that found his wood sword first.
And speaking of Sigil just found their any key in level 3.
Awesome job to each of them. This seed was crazy. And
especially that start.
When I was halfway through 8 and I saw that Triforce, I'm like, okay, if I leave this dungeon, all of these Wizrobes respawn. Now I can't do that. I can't do that. It wasn't even for the fact that I was hoping to find power bracelet or silvers. I would have been happy with finding any item in that 8 and just knowing, okay, it's done. I never have to return.
I would not want to return to that, especially having to deal with all those Wizrobes. And that was not the only dungeon that was infested with blue Wizrobes, as Blue Risen Phoenix just leaves level 1 in that nasty blue Wizrobe room in there too.
Yep. One was another one where it's like, all right, I've earned this Triforce, but there's an item in the back of this one, and I need to know what it is.
And at 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 50 seconds, Saitown is going to fight the pig. Gets that nice stun lock, and boom, we have bacon.
Thankfully, 9 I routed well, because that could have gone a lot worse.
9 can typically go a lot worse than what you think it can be, especially with shapes.
Yeah, that was a really short 9 for you. I have had 9s that have taken me a half hour just to complete, just because you're trying to find either the girl or just trying to find a way to find the girl.
Yeah, the staircases were very fortunate.
And with that, Saitown is the second on Restream to finish with a let me check the official time.
He finished in 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 37 seconds.
That's probably only the 3rd time ever that I have beaten Saitown.
Well, Saitown is a very strong opponent. And with that, finishing second overall, second on Restream, 4th overall. And with that, I believe we are joined by Saitown.
Hey, everybody.
So how did you feel about spending all your rubies on all those keys?
What was that? I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
How did you feel about spending all those rubies on those keys when it was so accessible in level 3?
Oh, I didn't mind that so much. That 6 is what got me. I failed it because I thought that the item was bow block and ended up touching every room in it. But and then only got a white sword out of it. That to me was the one that
you did spend a lot of time in level 6. Also, GG.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was the one that I feel like, looking back on it, I spent so much daggum time in there. But yeah, I mean that's just the way it goes sometimes. I think I bought 3 keys, right? That's not so bad. It got me into 1, got me the wand, got me the book. I was happy with that. I don't mind getting a sword at 20 minutes when I've got all that overworld exploration. Just the main thing is just at 6.
Yeah,
And not
you
when it's
were
hidden like
actually the
that.
last person to get their sword.
I don't doubt that one bit either. I was running in quicksand the entire time. I don't know what my problem was tonight, but it's all good. It's just the way it goes sometimes.
But Saiton, you're
was your
still
dad?
a force attacking myth, sword or no sword. I think we all remember. Those of us who were around back then remember that all boards no swords tournament.
Yeah, I didn't do bad for a guy who had never raced before it. Didn't do well in terms of like overall placement, but I also had to play Crystal Saber at the end, so I could live with
Ooh.
that in my first tournament.
Yeah,
All
so
Sorry,
right.
how many deaths did you have?
3.
How many deaths? 3. Okay, yeah. I told them that is the best Z1R I've ever played in my life. Enduring all those Wizrobes in one, like required Wizrobes. All of those rooms you had to kill to either get Triforces or go through shutter doors that were the only way.
Yeah, I think I died twice in that 8, but I didn't really care because it was one room in. I died all
Yeah,
3 times in that 8 in that second room.
yeah,
Because I was being like
I
ultra aggressive.
We
yeah.
have
That
3
makes
more
sense when
finishes
in a
here.
weekly.
So
We have
Saiton, how did you feel about those silvers in 7?
I knew I was done for. It was too accessible. With the way I played, I needed to be hidden in 9 behind a couple of staircases or something silly, but you didn't even need staircases in 9, so I was definitely done for.
That was very unfortunate. There was a little hope that silvers were in 9 by the chat.
I'm sure. Yeah, it was crazy because with all the time I spent in 6, I went the wrong way in 8, I went the wrong way in 7. It was just I didn't do anything right this seed. I mean, there was no way to know, but I certainly did not play well enough to win with some competent runners in it. So, folks who have been doing this for a while, but that's all right. It was fun.
You still did great in my eyes.
I appreciate that. Yeah. This is just one of those where if you don't do it right, have fun. And I didn't do it right. I didn't do it in the right order, and I didn't do it right execution wise. So it wasn't going to happen today.
So we do have a couple more finishes here with Cappy JD with a finish of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 28 seconds, followed by King Doll at 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 35 seconds. A couple quick, close finishes.
Yeah, it looks like everybody did pretty good. All right, I am going to get off of here, but thank you guys for announcing, and I'm so glad that the weeklies are back. I was excited to just get to participate in it. But you all have a good night.
Doing commentary today, I would have probably joined in the race too.
Good. Keep doing it. Keep coming on board and doing these things. We just want everybody joining as many of these types of things and weeklies and all that stuff that we can get going.
As someone who didn't have time to volunteer for comms in the tournament, I'm so glad weeklies are back so then I can start calming again. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you runners for putting on a wonderful show for us. Thank you our tracker for keeping track of all these items and different things, making sure everything is running smoothly behind the scenes. And thank you Vincent as my co-commentator. Make sure you give every one of these people a follow.
I appreciate that. Alright, so we currently have Moon Risen Phoenix in level 8 getting their container heart, as Sigil is still in the overworld, going to pick up some of those potions.
Well,
And
potions are
saving.
a nice safety net to have, especially when you don't have too much health. But Sigil is eventually going to be in Mag's Reign soon.
Yep. But we know that 10 hearts is not enough.
And we're seeing Moonrise and Phoenix doing some more exploration of 8. Eventually, they will get their power bracelet out of 8, and it will funnel them to level 7. And we'll see their decision making there.
Ooh, spiral staircase with a Patra. That is something you don't want to see. And they're like,
Y'all have
nope,
fun.
and we're just going to up an A.
Thank you for coming on, Malkior. Have a nice evening.
Yeah, thanks K-Tap, thank Control Mage, thanks Camion on tracking. Oasis, I'm glad we got this thing going again. I'm excited for more weeklies in the future and seeing a lot more people racing this super fun game. Whew, I am beat. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
Peace.
And
So-
we're high-fiving in level 8.
Yeah, level 8 is where everything is funneling to, and level 7. And we
Moonrise and
see
Phoenix
Moonrise and Phoenix heading out of level 8. Are they perhaps heading to a bomb shop?
They're heading to the fairy fountain.
I don't blame them. That health spell is only a couple screens away.
Now, there is a big difference between Moonrise and Phoenix and Sigil. Moonrise and Phoenix has the blue ring, so they can take a bit more of a beating, whereas Sigil is still on green tunic.
It just depends on how risky you want to play.
And Moonrise Phoenix checks the recorder spot and finds out that it's just a shop.
We will get audio back up and running soon. And
Yep.
we're seeing some more combat in level 8 with Sigil taking on these wizards, finding a bomb hole and ducking away around them.
Yep, and to a room full of blue gorilla. In this specific scenario, I'm not as scared of the blue gorilla just because of the fact that they just cannot snipe you, which is what they're very well known for.
And Sigil found the Triforce room, but is continuing to dig for that item. Because that item is all they have left until they head to level 7.
And an old man that says, "Show me your moves," and that's what all these runners are trying to do.
And we see Moonrise and Phoenix back into level 8. More exploration out of them, and is fighting these wizrobes.
And we see a turnstile room that is a complete dud. On Sigil's side.
So, in case anyone wants to know my personal thoughts on this scene, too many wizrobes out of 10.
I personally agree. I would have probably been like, this again. I probably would have bought that, tried to save up for that blue ring as much as possible. And gone in
Sigil
there.
clears those enemies out of that Triforce room to make a nice and somewhat easy path to come back, but is still looking for that power bracelet.
I think the main reason that one of the reasons that Moonrise and Phoenix left that one room, left level 8, was to check Recorder Lake. To hope that it is not, that level 8 is not required.
I mean, because sometimes that recorder like can block another dungeon rather than the power bracelet being the block. But that's just how the cookie crumbled today.
Yep.
And as we see Moonrise and Phoenix taking passing by some more Wizrobes, eventually heading into that Korea Chevy room.
This, to me, would be like a relief compared to those, thank goodness. Oh, and Sigil finds his power bracelet.
Well,
and
now
he's
since
going
they know since they know the location of the Triforce, they can make a dash for that, and they're gonna have to make their split decision making in level 7. And we've seen Moon, Risen Phoenix getting their Triforce in 8. Are they going to be? As I see, they have not located the magical boomerang. So are they going to leave 8? Are they going back in? Or they decide to make the right decision and head back into 8?
I think they have seen the magical boomerang and decided not to mess with it. And I think they know that the power bracelet has to be in here.
I mean, they have. This is like last locationing.
Yep. But Sigil has to be careful. He is only at 3.5 hearts. With all those turrets and the blue Wizrobe in there. But they do successfully make it out.
And it's getting closer and closer to that Triforce room. And we see Moon, Risen Phoenix having to be kind of careful with that 3 hearts.
Yep. And we now see Sigil grabbing that Triforce and getting the heck out of Dodge.
Well, I don't blame him. You gotta go, go, go. You're an hour 30 in.
We do have another finisher with Dr. J. Freed at an hour and 26 minutes.
So we're gonna have to see Sigil's decision making. Are they gonna risk it for the biscuit in 7?
That will be interesting.
Or are we gonna see, as some rando people like to say, divergence? Ooh, spooky! Oh, right, I'm referencing the wrong Zelda rando.
I think you're just fine. They find level 7 and they're going to see if they can just get a free bomb hole, and they do. By pirouetting that door. Which is a heads up play since they know they have a map to that. And they're going to kill that Dig Dogger. And I think this was actually the room that had the silvers in it. But before they do that, they have to kill this room here, since they got locked in there.
In the meantime, Moon, Risen Phoenix is searching high and wide of all of level 8, looking for that power bracelet.
And Sigil just completes that room.
I don't think that Moon, Risen Phoenix is very happy.
Actually had an extremely fast find for the silvers. A lot of the people actually went to the northern section before they searched out this southern section for the silvers.
Well, the silvers are kind of on the path to the Triforce.
So yeah, now they're probably going to be beelining it for the Triforce, wherever that it might be.
I missed it because I was looking at Sigil's screen, but did Moon, Risen Phoenix get their power bracelet out of 8, or are they heading back to the they're heading back to the refill. Never mind, answered my own question. And on the other hand, we see Sigil picking up their last Triforce out of level 7, and they are off to level 9.
Let's see what they decide to do. Do they just head off to level 9? Or do they try to pick up, do they still have potion? Their potion still?
I do not know. They might take a... With level 9 not being too far, they might make a straight dash to level 9, and that is correct. And we see Moon, Risen Phoenix, still looking for that power bracelet. And they're in the wrong level! Did someone mismark something on their tracker? Because that's typically what it means when you go into dungeons you've already gotten your Triforce from.
Yeah, and they already got their bow from 4.
And this is why you always write down where you find things, otherwise you're gonna get frazzled like this late into a seed and don't know what you're looking for.
But they head right back into the right dungeon.
Oh good, and we see Sigil finding a connector in 9, but is noping out of there. Hopefully they will head on that path to see the girl and the pig.
I think they're trying to find the red ring. Potentially in here. They're taking...
the way the combat has been this seed, I don't blame them for searching for that red ring. Though it is probably most likely very out of the way. And Moon Risen Phoenix, are you taking another staircase that we've already seen?
And I think they just about got... I think that they're at least 6 rooms away from the power bracelet, but they just have not been able to get to the right. They haven't gone north of that one bomb hole in that one Wizrobe room. And they'll
make it there eventually. And this Patra is down and out for the count.
And they bomb to the left, and they find out that that bomb hole does not bomb.
Yeah, they're getting the unfortunate news, because and Sigil knows where the girl is.
Yep.
Well, that's strange. They didn't get the pig yet.
The pig.
And I'm just looking at my face sideways. So, and we see Moon Risen Phoenix is taking a potion and is trying to brute force this Patra so those shutter doors open.
Unfortunately, they get met with a Digdogger. And Sigil tries to take on Patra.
Well, this could be a possible push block room.
It is. Alright, does it push? It does not.
Are they gonna find the pig? Or just another danger noodle?
They get met with a bunch of land molas now.
They're danger noodles. I prefer that they are danger noodles. They're fast, and they're slippery, and they do a lot of damage.
They do that. Alrighty, and they're going to attempt a block clip here.
And doesn't do the clip and just does it the old-fashioned way. And they only get rewarded with a banana. Oh, it's only a boomerang. And we see Moon Risen Phoenix is still exploring this level 8. You'll get there eventually. You'll find that power bracelet. I believe in you. What did the old man do to offend Sigil? Jeez. Though, we have a useless compass, as we've already seen where the girl is.
Yep. And they find Sigil finds another staircase.
And they get rewarded this time.
We have officially found where all the items are at. on Sigil's side, I think they have seen every item now in the game.
I mean, because they didn't pick up the boomerang. But technically, it's been a full clear minus mags
Yep.
and extra heart containers. And we still see Moon Risen Phoenix searching this level 8 far and wide. And here we have, at 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 50-something seconds, we have Ganon on Sigil's screen. And Sigil manages to get that stun lock, or didn't manage it, I thought he did.
No, he was kind of moving up, so he wasn't able to get and Risen Phoenix finds their power bracelet.
Ah, finally, as we get some bacon, momentarily, we have a croissant to go with it, wee. And with that, Moon Risen Phoenix is going to take off to those power bracelet locations and find level 7. While we have bacon on Sigil's screen.
Bacon. At 1 hour and 40 minutes, we have bacon on Sigil's side.
So, now we're gonna get to see Sigil head towards the princess sooner or later, while Moon Risen Phoenix is looking for level 7. And will they make the decision to look for the item in 7, or are they gonna go play the odds and go to level 9 and get disappointed? And with that, at 1:41, I'll have to check that official time. Sigil has found the princess and finished 3rd on Restream. Let's check that official time.
Official time on here is 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 16 seconds.
And with that, they managed to finish 8th overall.
Let's see if we can get Sigil in the boost here.
That is a question for someone in the race chat to ask. That, we're gonna keep cheering Moon Risen Phoenix on as they go to level 7. So as we're fluting around the world, we're getting to see more and more Hyrule. What's your favorite spot in Hyrule?
My favorite spot is right up at the forest area Armo spot.
I like the forgotten spot because it always tends to be forgotten sometimes, so you can get some peace and quiet. And with that, Moon Risen Phoenix finally makes their way to level 7.
Looks like we're getting Sigil here. He hasn't quite made it into the booth yet. Hello, Sigil.
Hello.
GG's.
Thank you.
What did you think of all those Wizrobes waiting for you in level 1 and 8?
I hated them.
I know, Wizrobes, they can be quite a pain. So, what is your overall thoughts on this seed?
Besides the Wizrobes, I should have bombed near the vanilla start right away. That would have solved all my key problems.
Yeah.
That NEP is useful. It can sometimes be a helpful tool that will guide you throughout the seed. Otherwise, it can be a nice, helpful block, and it can guide you through level 9.
You were actually the 3rd person to get the any key. Because you actually beat Town at getting the any key. He didn't get it till much later. Like, I think level 3 was his, like, 5th dungeon that he completed.
So, when you got to 7, what was your thoughts? Were you going to dig for the item there, or were you going to go put the odds on level 9 and go dig there?
I was digging for the item, hoping for a red ring at least.
And with that, speaking of items digging in 7, Moonrisen Phoenix has gotten their arrows out of 7, and they are in go mode. They need to get their Triforce and run to 9.
Were you relieved to find that the silvers were like 5 rooms away from start?
Yes, I was. I was afraid of Wizrobes at this point.
I think everyone was terrified of Wizrobes in this seed.
Yeah, yeah, there were a lot of deaths to Wizrobes and Patras. I think there was like at least 15 Patras in this seed, I want to say.
Yeah, there was a lot of Patras going in the seed, but you can't blame them. They're just so cuddly and want some hugs.
As Moonrisen Phoenix is about to fight a Patra themselves. And they
just
to
cheated and keyed out of there. I don't blame them. So, besides with those silvers in 7 and looking through 9, you wanted to dig through 9 for that red ring? What was your thought process behind that?
I was just hoping I wouldn't have to take any stairs to Ganon, to be honest.
I don't blame you. Those staircases in 9 are a handful, especially with the amount of transport staircases. And they can go anywhere. And in shapes, 9 is even worse. And with that, Moonrisen Phoenix has gotten their Triforce out of 7 and is making a beeline to level 9.
They're probably thankful that they're about to be able to get out of here. But I'm wondering if they're going to a potion shop first and then going to 9. Yep,
well, someone's a
both...
witch. We gotta burn them.
Yeah, Moonrisen Phoenix actually had the blue ring, but you managed to get the power bracelet before her.
Yeah, Moonrisen Phoenix was digging through 8 a lot. And with that, at 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 30 seconds, Moonrisen Phoenix has entered level 9. So, Sigil, are you going to be playing in weeklies in the future? Because you are a new face around here.
I'm going to try to do them when I can.
We'll be glad to see new faces and everything in these weekly races, and I'm glad they're back.
I was looking for an opportunity to join these races. But I was just like, you know what? I just want to commentate for the first one, and then we'll see what happens for the next few.
I felt really silly accidentally using one of my potions out of nowhere.
I mean, it does happen every now and then when you just hit a button and it accidentally hits your potion. Do you have quick swap on or not? I didn't.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a quick swap person, so I can understand that accidental potion use very easily. And we see Moonrisen Phoenix taking a connector in level 9, which is unfortunately steering them away from their objective.
But not too far. And they're going to they might try to just take the staircase out of here, thinking that this is probably a dead end, and if not that, they're going to try and bomb left. But yeah, just as I thought, they're just going to just return back to where they were.
Well, that's the farthest away you can get from Ganon, because Ganon's in that northwestern corner.
Yep. But they might find Princess here, Princess Zelda here soon. So what did you think of how far Ganon was away from start?
I was thankful it was far since it let me find the red ring. At that point, I think I was low on money, so I couldn't afford another potion if I died to Ganon.
Yeah, especially when you get to level 9, rupee management is a big part of it, along with bomb management.
Moon Risen Phoenix just found Princess Zelda. So now she's on the search for Ganon.
Moon Risen Phoenix actually is going to be rescuing Link tonight as they are playing as Zelda.
That is true.
But information is information. And it is quite useful. As we creep closer and closer to Ganon's room. Do you have any last thoughts on this scene, Sigil?
I never want to see a blue Wizrobe again.
I don't think anybody else wants to either.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining us tonight, Sigil. Thank you for taking your time and putting on a wonderful show for us.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. GG. And with that, at 1 hour, 51 minutes, and something in the 10 seconds, we have Ganon.
For the final time, as we are about to get bacon. One last time.
And we managed to get bacon with that silver arrow. And now, with that knowledge of where Zelda's room is and the Triforce of Power, Moon Risen Phoenix can head over to Link's cell. And instead of just navigating from Ganon's room, they choose to up an A, which isn't a bad decision.
It's actually a lot closer to just up an A because it's only like 5-6 rooms away from start. Whereas they're going to have to travel a lot more rooms if they just travel from Ganon's room.
Mm-hmm. And with passing the map in the corner at 1 hour and 52 minutes and 26 seconds, our final runner on Restream, Moon Risen Phoenix, has finished. Please put your GGs in chat. And Moon Risen Phoenix, finishing with that 152.30 apparently, has finished 9th overall. Congratulations! And with that, hopefully we have them in our commentary booth soon.
Yep, hopefully. I think they're about to join us here.
Yep, just getting stuff set up behind the scenes. So chat, how are you feeling tonight? Okay, just crickets, fine. Chat, play coy. And with that, we are joined by our last runner, Moon Risen Phoenix. GG!
GG. Oh goodness, what a seed that was.
So, what's your impression of the blue Wizrobes in levels 1 and 8?
Blue Wizrobes, well, that's the. I have mostly what's referred to as the community response, which is unpleasant, and I can't say exactly what I'm feeling about them on speed gaming, unfortunately.
No worries. So, when you were heading to level 7, did you want to immediately play the dip for that item in 7 or play the 66% odds and head to level 9?
I hate gambling on items. If I always have the choice of do I dig for 7 or do I go straight to 9, the answer is always going to be for me go straight to 7, get that item. Who knows? You're not going to waste 20 minutes going back around if you lose that gamble.
So, what is your story of the seed and your feelings?
I left the comment saying that the recorder team actually turned it around, and I don't know if there's any truth to that. But the fact is, for the first hour, I'm sure that everyone's seen it. It was a comedy of errors. I wouldn't do most of these on a good day, but the recorder team just turned it around apparently, and well, we finished the way we finished.
So what would we saw you take multiple dips into level 8. So what was your thoughts going as you were going through level 8?
The blue Wizrobe reaction, of course, and then it's all of if there's an important item in here, I don't want to go through those Wizrobes again. Find the item, get out of there.
That is sentiments echoed by myself. So did you have a tracker error or something? Because I noticed multiple times you dipped out of 8. I know some of it was for health refills. What was going on in your head when you had to leave 8 and then go back in?
Most of it was for health refills, actually, and well, there were a few panic moments in that seed. I'm not gonna lie.
And I think you were actually one of the first people to actually find the any key. What was your thoughts on that?
Basically a cackle, and I figured at least a few runners here would have actually found it, but that was a super fast find for the Any key, and we'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, compared to Saiton, who had to spend 300 plus rupees on some keys before finding that any key.
Yeah, if I find the any key early, I am actually pretty happy because then I know I'm just like, I don't have to worry about, now I can just fully explore dungeons and not have to worry about, do I risk this key or do I not? That is always what's going through my mind.
And that was pretty much what happened with me as well. Then it was Blue Wizrobe, combat block, Pathra, ugh.
Yeah, it can get pretty intense. Be glad you did not get Linos and Wizrobes together, because that is a nasty combination when they are in the same enemy group.
I think I've seen it before. I'd rather not see that again.
And with that, we are finishing up for the night. Once again, I want to give a shout out to our runners for putting on a great show for us tonight. My tracker in chat, Cameo, thank you for being a wonderful tracker and keeping track of everything. And my co-commentator, Vincent. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. And it is glad for weekly races to be back for those of us who missed out on the tournament. So thank you. Do you guys have any final words?
I want to thank everybody, all the runners, all the commentators, Camion for tracking, and everybody for watching, really. It's great to be back. It's great to participate in these weeklies, and can't wait to see more of them.
Alrighty. We will probably see you guys next week Sunday for our next weekly race.
These will be Seed of the Week flags. So if you're in the Zelda 1 Rando Discord. You can find that dropped in the Seed of the Week stuff. And with that, my name is KTAP4321. Thank you, and good night, everyone.